From the Watergate Building in Washington, this is Hotline TV. Now here are Hotline editors Chuck Todd and John Mercurio.
Welcome to Hotline TV. I'm John Mercurio.
And I'm Chuck Todd. Over last weekend, the DSCC chair, Chuck Schumer, said 11 of the 12 Democrats that are running for re-election in 2008 have already committed to running again. The only holdout so far is not Tim Johnson, not John Kerry,
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
Why not Joe Biden?
Iowa's Tom Harkin.
Indeed.
John, is Harkin thinking about skipping a bid, or is this more about Tom Harkin wanting a little bit of attention because he's Iowa boy, right? He's Iowa boy, where Iowa gets to be a big deal.
He's Iowa boy. He is always going to have a tough race in Iowa. He always has. He's going to be 68, 69 years old in 2008. He served forever. It could be time for him to step down. He's probably going to have yet another race against a House member. He could be talking about stepping down.
The irony
I don't understand why Chuck Schumer needs to come out this week and say that he has the commitments of everybody except Tom Harkin, except to put the pressure on Harkin.
I was just going to say, Schumer doesn't do these things without sort of a plan, right? So
Sure.
it's clear that he's annoyed that Harkin is playing this game. Look, every source I've talked to in Iowa says, oh, yeah, I mean, I brought up retirement with Harkin. I was like, geez, at what point doesn't he and Ruth want to live in the Bahamas? They got this great place apparently in the Bahamas. Like, why would you want to live in Iowa anymore? No offense to Iowa.
No offense to
You know how much I love Iowa.
Indeed.
When you could live in the Bahamas, and apparently, he's in the majority. But I think he enjoys being asked to run. And I think he just wants a little something. He wants to feel the love. Iowa's going to get a lot of attention. Look, he's going to have the joke. Nobody wants to run again. They've seen what's happened. Chet Culver just won. No Republican is winning statewide in Iowa in the near term without an open seat. If Harkin leaves, then all of a sudden, Republicans have a real shot. I mean,
absolutely.
And we know that. So
but,
I think he's looking for a little bit of love.
But what's also important to note about that list of 11 people is that those Democrats have a good playing field in 2008 in the Senate.
Field.
But of those 11 or 12 races that they have,
Sure.
with incumbents, those could be tough races if any of those 11 step down. Landrieu,
Correct.
Mark Pryor, Tim
Right.
Johnson.
They're all from difficult states with guys that are perfectly positioned. Harkin's probably the one that fits his state the least, and yet he's always seems to win. But Johnson and Landrieu and Pryor, they fit their states so well.
They do.
Fact is, they won in
Landrieu
02.
will probably still have a
They
tough
won
race.
in 02. And if you won in that year as a Democrat, 08's looking like it's going to be a better year already to be a Democrat than it was in 02.
Right.
So you got to feel good. Landrieu's an interesting one because she on one hand, she got time on her side, right? How will Bobby Jindal's campaign hold up against Blanco?
Right.
What if Jindal doesn't win? If Kathleen Blanco could win re-election,
Right.
then all of a sudden Republicans are going to say, oh my God, if we couldn't beat her,
We're
not going to beat Mary Landrieu.
Yeah, we couldn't beat Blanco, and these are very different races. There are obvious differences, but what we've seen out of New Orleans since Katrina is that we thought, oh, they're going to want to get rid of all their incumbents, all their corrupt officials. They don't. They backed Nagin. They backed Bill Jefferson.
The incumbents are in the midst of handling this, right? I mean, this is sort of what happens is sort of in a time of war type of thing.
Sure.
But at what point does this wear off? Blanco will be an interesting test. But if she pulls it off,
Blanco's the first sort of non-New Orleans test that we're going to see.
If they pull it off, if she pulls it off, Republicans may have to walk from Landrieu too. And then it makes you wonder, are they going to be able to target any race? Or are they only going to be playing defense? I mean, we'll see. The one obviously to keep an eye on is Tim Johnson. Assuming he recovers, does he run again?
Right.
And I think that's a big...
We've said he's already staffing
But
up,
he's already
so
staffing
getting
up.
ready for a
Big
race.
question. Big question.
All right, that's definitely enough for today. I'm John Mercurio. We'll see you tomorrow.
I'm Chuck Todd. Thanks for watching Hotline TV.